So I want to talk about gay marriage. Like, I was just listening to one of Lady Gaga's songs, and I just started thinking about gay marriage. Well, like, I've never really thought about gay marriage much, but I guess, like, I should, because that's part of being a voter, because if you don't have a voice, then someone won't hear your voice. But I need to have a voice first, so that's when I started thinking about it. So, there's laws out there saying you can't marry, like, no gay marriage, whatever. Like, when I think about that, I'm thinking about my rest of my life. Like, what do I want to do when I'm, like, 50? Would I want to be married? Well, I don't know. Like, I would like to, I guess, but I don't know. I've never had strong feelings towards marriage because of whatever happened in my past, but I think when it comes down to this, it's not more of what you think for yourself. You have to think more of, like, the grand scheme of things. Like, just because I don't have strong beliefs in marriage doesn't mean someone down the street does. I mean, like, I have a lesbian couple, right? They're my friend. She's my friend and her partner, whatever, her name's Diana and Cher. They're getting married in Washington sometime next year, I believe. I mean, they're totally in for it, because they're like, oh, let's get married, yeah. I mean, there's people like that are in the world, like, if they want to get married, they should be able to. Just because I don't feel like I would myself want to get married in the future does not mean I would like to see my friends get married. I mean, if they want to, they should. They should have the right to, if they want to. Not just because, ooh, I don't like it, you know what I mean? Because it's really selfish when it comes to that. Like, when you don't want someone else to get married just because it's non-beneficial to yourself, or, like, you don't believe it, that's so stupid. Like, I don't understand it. Because, let's just say, let's take this back. Say, during slave times, I bet there's a lot of people in the world in the United States saying, "Oh, slavery should not be abolished because I don't believe in it. They're blah blah blah. They're slaves." It's uncomprehendable. And I mean, and then there's people that are like, well, you know what? It's wrong to keep them as slaves because, first of all, it's ethically not right. I mean, when you think about that towards gay marriage, and I'm not trying to compare the two like they're both equally as bad, but I'm just saying there are people on both sides of the argument. But in the overall grand scheme of things, we know it's wrong. We know that slavery is wrong. We know that not letting gay people get married because they want to is wrong. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. I think that came out weird, but I don't know. All I have to say is they should have gay people, homosexuals, either lesbians, gays, transgendered, or whatever, should have the option to get married if they want to. Now, the topic comes up, if it's a right, like in our Constitution, we're allowed to marry whoever we want, blah blah blah. I mean, legally, I think, like, there's some states right now where it's like a legal, like, junction where they're, like, legally married, and where they have, like, say in each other's lives and hospitals and children and adoption and all that. I mean, I'm totally for that. I love that. Like, I would love to adopt a child one day in the future. Wow, this guy was just like yelled at me through his window, like, "You're slow." I was like, "Fuck you, bitch! I'm going 60, and there's red lights." Fuck you and your little Ford F-150. You're about to go into wreck right now. Just watch. Anyway, I'm not going slow. I'm going to 65 miles an hour, and that is the speed limit. Fuck you. See, you're about to get off an exit. I don't know why you're bitching at me for it. Motherfucker. Anyway. So, yeah, I mean, gay marriage should be allowed. That's the end of it. Like, there's no reason for it not to be allowed. Just because you're stuck up and so you're so against homosexuality. You're such, oh my god, people like that get me so mad. Like, ooh, I don't like gay people. I should just say no to everything they say because I just don't like them. That is so wrong. It's so ignorant, and I really don't like ignorant people like that. Because I mean, like, I have friends who are completely like, oh, I like gay people, blah blah blah. They're fun. They're intellectual. I mean, they're just like me, only they like guys or whatever. And they're like, they should be able to do whatever they want. I mean, if I get to, well, to say one in general, it's one of my friends. She's, I know her from somewhere, and she has told me before, like, if I want to marry someone, and then like fucking divorce them 1 month later, I have the option to do that. Does that like does that appear good? No, I mean, who would want to marry someone and then get divorced months later? That's kind of like defeating the purpose. But then I had a conversation with her too. But look at that. I mean, people talk about homosexuals define the sanctity of marriage, where straight couples are getting married all the time and then divorcing a month later, 3 months later, a year later. I mean, what is the difference? Like, you're not honoring that marriage by divorcing, because in a marriage, that it is what it is. Your vows, till death do us part, blah blah blah. It just makes no sense. How are we gonna destroy the sanctity of marriage while you're already doing it? But and then when I say that, a thing comes in my mind. Like, there's some kind of like background story where you got some church clergyman in the background going, "Well, our shit's already fucked up. Well, let's just hate the homosexuals because we just don't like them, and our shit's already fucked up. We don't need more people to fuck it up for us." And then I was like, that actually sounds like something someone would probably say. Like, since the straight couples are having such a huge problem with it, they're afraid of like the gay couples of getting married and that's like lasting longer than like anything before. I'm not saying that gay people usually, I mean, there's some gay people in the world where they stay together for the rest of their lives. I mean, but that's the same true for straight people. I'm not saying there's more on one side and more on the other. I'm just saying there is there. And you have the straight couples who are together for like a year and then they're separated. And that's the same goes to gay couples. And I mean, I see it equally as stupid. You know, I mean, if you want to, like I said, gay people should have the right to, if they want to get married, and then divorce each other a year later. They should have the right, just like straight people have the right to do that. But anyway, the original question was if I can see myself when I'm 50 married. The answer is yes. I can see myself being married, but I don't see myself being legally married when I'm 50. Because there's a lot of ignorance in the world, in the United States especially, and it's going to be a while. It's going to take the United States a while. Like, slavery took hundreds of years to be abolished. I mean, and then there's so much shit. I mean, the world is slow like that. I don't know why the world is slow like that. But it would be 20, 40 something around there when I'm 15. So we'll see.